Ontario Patient Ombudsman Craig Thompson canceling a scheduled address he was supposed to make at a conference this week in Toronto. He was supposed to talk about visitation rights at long-term care homes. His decision to pull out made hours after a CityNews report. As CityNews reported last week, Maria Sardellis, founder of Access to Seniors and the Disabled, was one of several people who were urging OPO Thompson to reconsider that address.
I have already sent a thank you letter to him, thanking him for, postponing this session.
They were concerned Thompson's address at the annual long-term care home conference happening in Toronto would advise homes they could use the Trespass to Property Act, or TPA, to ban certain visitors. That fear stoked by an email authored by Thompson weeks ago stating that's how he interpreted the law.
And the potential for abuse would have been rampant, because what he was proposing is just a play on words, really, and opinions that were not related to any sort of judicial interpretation.
Sardellis, along with MPP Lise Bourgeois, say many long-term care homes are using the TPA illegally, banning people from seeing loved ones simply for speaking out about care issues. They say the law is clear. Homes cannot ban visitors under the TPA. Only the resident of the home can.
The Ministry of Long-Term Care has already ruled, so to speak, and said, in cases where these homes have issued visitation restrictions in the Trespass to Property Act, the MLTC has said, no, this is in non-compliance with the Fixing Long-Term Care Act Residential Bill of Rights.
Thompson's decision to pull out coming hours after we reported on the concerns about the address. His office did not answer when asked why he canceled, but last week said, quote, his long-standing position is that residents should, as a default, have access to their caregivers and loved ones without restrictions. Going on to say, the goal of educating long-term care homes about our office's approach to this issue has been and remains to reduce the use and limit the impact of any restrictions, regardless of source, on residents. Sardellis, who again is grateful the address was canceled, has now requested to meet face-to-face with Thompson.
And so at the meeting to discuss, what the courts are saying, where he's interpreting it differently. If you have a different interpretation, please show us the rulings for this different interpretation and have an open discussion about that.
If you have an issue, story, or question you'd like us to look into, reach out by visiting the Speaker's Corner tab on the City News website. Pat Taney, City News.